Welcome back to Amber Radio. Tonight, let the noise of the modern world dissolve into the indigo shadows. We are traveling to 1952 Greene County, Wisconsin. Step into the quiet sanctuary of a sleeping farmhouse, where the air is cool and smells of damp alfalfa and fresh earth. In the heart of the dairy capital, the day doesn't begin with a sunbeam, but with the steady pulse of a Divco truck. Look through the mist, and you'll see him. Dressed in crisp white cotton and a polished driver's cap, Thomas the Milkman is making his rounds. He is the keeper of the morning, the silent bridge between the rolling pastures and your kitchen table. Close your eyes and listen to the silver clink of the glass. The milk is cold, the cream is thick, and the world is at peace. The silver clink and 1950s milkman's morning ritual. Our story begins now. In the town of Monroe, Wisconsin, the clock hands slowly crawl to 3:15 a.m. Outside the window, the world is a solid block of deep indigo, so silent that Thomas can hear the heavy dew dropping from the maple leaves, tapping a rhythmic drip drop on the tin porch roof. He wakes without an alarm. His body has been synchronized with the rhythm of the dairy herds for over a decade. It is an invisible internal ticking, like a precision mechanical watch being wound. Thomas steps to the white porcelain basin, twisting the faucet to release ice-cold water from a well deep underground. The water feels like 1,000 frozen needles piercing his skin, chasing away every trace of sleep in an instant. He looks into the mirror, meticulously tying his small black necktie over a crisp white shirt, pressed flat since the night before. This golden Guernsey uniform is more than just fabric, it is a symbol of absolute reliability. As he places the polished driver's cap on his head, adjusting it perfectly, Thomas feels the weight of a new day beginning. He pulls on his black leather boots, tightening the laces, the creak of aged leather signaling that the journey is about to commence. Thomas leaves his home, the dawn air filling his lungs with the scent of dry alfalfa and the rich, damp musk of earth after a light midnight rain. At the dairy depot, his cream-colored Divco truck waits under the dim yellow glow of a street lamp. This is a 1950s mechanical masterpiece, designed without a traditional driver's seat so Thomas can stand while driving, allowing him to hop out for deliveries in mere seconds. He begins the heavy preparation ritual, sliding the wire crates filled with glass bottles into the back of the truck. Clink, clink. The sound is sharp, musical, and cold, shattering the silence of the night like high notes on a piano. Between the gaps in the crates, he shovels crushed ice from the industrial machine. The shush-shush of falling ice buries the bottles, creating a fine mist of condensation on the glass. Thomas checks his manifest one last time: whole milk with its golden cream line, smooth chocolate milk for the children, and heavy cream so thick it's practically liquid gold, the treasure of Wisconsin that every housewife craves for breakfast. The Divco wakes with a reliable, low-frequency purr. Thomas doesn't sit. He stands firm on the driving platform, his hands gripping the large, hard plastic steering wheel. He steers out of town toward the rolling hills of Greene County. His headlights cut through the thick valley mist like silk ribbons of the earth's breath, illuminating old wooden fences and elderberry bushes along the roadside. Thomas's hand rests on the gear shifter, feeling the steady vibration of the four-cylinder engine. On the ledge behind the wheel sits his leather coin pouch, worn at the corners, and a stack of paper notes stained with melted ice. Every curve, every small pothole on this dirt road is etched into his memory. He smiles, listening to the symphony of hundreds of glass bottles behind him gently clinking together, a signature sound signaling that life is quietly moving while the rest of the world still dreams. His first stop is the gable farmhouse, a white wooden home surrounded by wild roses. As Thomas cuts the engine, a warm yellow light flickers from the kitchen window, casting a glow onto the misty driveway. Thomas carries his wire rack, stepping softly on the water-drenched grass. He places 2 bottles of golden Guernsey milk into the built-in wooden milk box. This milk has a natural yellow tint because the cows graze on the fresh, mineral-rich grass of Greene County, and the cream line at the top is so thick you need a spoon to scoop it out. "Is that you, Thomas, dear?" Mrs. Gable whispers, wrapped in a heavy wool shawl, holding a plate of steaming ginger snaps. "Morning, Mrs. Gable. The mist is so thick today I thought I was driving on the clouds." Thomas smiles, accepting the warm cookie. "It's good weather for those who rise early. The corn will be sturdy this year. Did you take the note from the empty bottle? Be careful not to get it wet." Thomas leans down and retrieves 2 empty bottles. Inside is a small, rolled-up slip of paper. "Dear Thomas, bring me a quart of fresh buttermilk and 2 dozen eggs this Friday. Mary's children are coming home, and they are starving for Grandma's pancakes." "I've got it. I'll bring the freshest buttermilk from this morning's batch on Friday. Stay warm, Mrs. Gable. Don't stay out in this chill too long." She pats his shoulder with the trust of a family member. Thomas returns to the truck, the spicy ginger and the scent of fresh milk mingling in his breath. At the bottom of the hill, Samuel, the town mechanic with permanently grease-stained hands, is hunched over an old John Deere tractor under the flicking light of a flashlight. Thomas pulls over, grabbing a bottle of heavy cream. "Still fighting that machine, Sam?" Thomas calls out from the truck. Samuel looks up, wiping sweat from his forehead with his sleeve. "Oh, this carburetor is older than my grandfather. It goes on strike every chance it gets. But my wife doesn't care if the tractor runs. She told me if there's no cream for the breakfast gravy this morning, I don't get to eat." Thomas hands him the bottle. The glass is freezing, the condensation washing away a streak of engine oil on Samuel's rough fingers. "Today's batch is incredible, Sam. Look at that cream line, it's halfway down the neck. Take a sip to wake you up." Samuel pops the silver foil cap, a satisfying pop echoing in the air. He takes a long gulp, white milk foam sticking to his gray beard. "Ah, that cold is like a miracle drug. Thanks, Thomas. Every morning when I see your Divco, I know the world is still spinning on its right axis." They talk about gas prices and the harvest for a few minutes, their laughter mingling with the wind through the leaves, creating a brief but precious human connection. As the eastern sky turns the pale gray of a seashell, Thomas stops at the Miller house. 8-year-old Rosie, with her hair in 2 neat braids, has been sitting on the stone steps for a while, chin in her hands. "Mr. Thomas, you are exactly 3 minutes later than yesterday." Rosie cheers, skipping down to the yard. Thomas laughs, opening the ice chest to reveal a cloud of white vapor. He pulls out a small bottle of chocolate milk, the glass covered in frost, the liquid inside a rich, velvety brown. I had to perform an emergency rescue for Mr. Samuel. Here is the reward for Wisconsin's most loyal gatekeeper." Rosie takes the bottle with both hands, wincing slightly at the sting of the cold. "Mama says your chocolate milk is the best because you have cows that sing chocolate songs, right?" "Almost," Thomas winks playfully. "They don't sing, but they eat the sweet clover of Greene County, and that's why it's so good. Drink up, then go brush your teeth and help your dad with the lawn." The little girl nods vigorously, taking a gulp so large it leaves a brown mustache on her lip. Thomas waves goodbye, feeling a surge of lightness at the sight of that innocent joy blooming in the twilight. 7 a.m. The sun has officially crested the ridges, painting the emerald pastures of brilliant rose gold. The valley mist vanishes quickly, revealing red farmhouses glowing in the early light. Thomas steers the Divco back onto the main road, completing his final stretch. On every porch he has passed, the glass bottles sparkle in the sun like carefully placed crystals. The sound of metal caps popping begins to echo from kitchens, the pop of freshness, the ting-ting of silver spoons hitting glass rims. This is the moment the county truly wakes up, fueled by the white lifeblood Thomas silently delivered through the night. Back at the depot, Thomas removes his cap and tie, hanging them on their familiar wooden hook. He wipes the sweat from his brow, his shoulders aching from hundreds of climbs and the weight of the crates, but his eyes reflect a deep, quiet satisfaction. He pours himself one last glass of whole milk left in the chest. It is creamy, thick, and smells of the countryside. He takes a slow sip, letting the richness melt on his tongue, followed by the sweet, cool clarity down his throat. He looks out at the fields where the Guernsey cows are wandering into the golden sun. He knows that in those homes, children are growing and workers are starting strong, all because of his quiet devotion. Thomas turns the key. The low thrum of the Divco engine dies away, giving the air back to the song of the meadowlarks. He walks the trail back home, his boots still damp with Wisconsin dew and earth. The world is getting louder now, tractors are roaring in the fields, and voices are calling out on the streets. But for Thomas, his highest duty is done. He brought peace of mind to every doorstep while the world was still dreaming. A day's work ends in silence and humble pride, leaving behind empty bottles he will collect tomorrow, an eternal cycle of trust, connection, and love between neighbors.